Welcome to the Extreme season on Film 4. Tonight we revisit a darkly comic apocalyptic parable from director Mike Leigh with a barnstorming central performance by David Thewlis, both of whom took top prizes at the Cannes Film Festival when Naked premiered there back in the early 90s. The story of a violent vagabond on the run from Manchester, cast adrift on the streets of London, this misanthropic gem has become one of the most quoted British cult movies of all time, up there with the likes of Withnell and I. The dialogue is a barrage of quasi-biblical rantings delivered with vitriolic efficiency by David Thewlis in superbly scabrous fashion. It's a terrific screenplay, which makes it all the more significant that despite the numerous newspaper articles and television and radio documentaries written about him, we still don't really know just how Mike Leigh goes about writing his script. In his early years, Leigh favoured the credit devised and directed by to explain his role in the process through which his actors would help him arrive at authentic dialogue and organic action for their characters. A period of intense research and collaboration would result in the production of a finished script, which would then be followed pretty much to the letter during the shoot, an amalgam of free-form improvisation and rigid discipline. This much we know, the rest is alchemical magic. Those who think they know what to expect from Leigh, strong social realism, stark satirical commentary, may be taken aback by the extreme alienated landscape of Naked, a nightmarish world in which everyone is isolated and the audience is never let off the hook. Most significantly, this is a film which forces us to spend time in the company of someone whose presence oppresses everyone, even the actor who played him. According to Thewlis, Naked began as a series of conversations between himself and Mike Leigh over several hundred cups of coffee, during which time Leigh identified the character of Johnny, a dark, sexually violent, nihilistic loudmouth who never shuts up and is very smart and funny, but with whom he didn't really want to live. At one point, Thewlis became so engulfed by the character that he feared that he might actually physically attack co-star Ewan Bremner with a screwdriver during a particularly intense improvisational workshop. On another occasion, Leigh took Thewlis to a morgue to compound his fear of death, to which Thewlis responded by saying, "My fear of death is already pretty compact, thanks very much, mate." Dismissing oft-repeated claims that he was unhappy about not receiving a co-writing credit on Naked, Thewlis simply told Time Out magazine that the actors in all Mike Leigh's films contribute an enormous amount to what they say. Certainly when we hear Johnny speak, his words seem to be dragged from the dark depth of Thewlis's soul, and despite claiming that he remembers very little of some of the other roles he's played, Thewlis attests that the ghost of Johnny still haunts him to this day, as it does anyone who's seen Naked.